Operation Fast and Furious news, some good news and some bad news. First, let's have the good news. Mexican police say they have arrested a second suspect in the December 2010 murder of Border Patrol agent Brian Terry. And now to the bad news. Tomorrow's House Oversight Committee hearing on Fast and Furious to get some answers has been postponed. Why? Well, the Justice Department's report is not ready. We just spoke with Oversight Committee Chair Issa. Mr. Chairman, nice to see you, sir.
Good to be back, Greta.
Okay, so you expected a hearing tomorrow on Fast and Furious, but it's not happening.
Well, we've been working with the inspectors general, and quite frankly, he's been getting so much pushback from Justice that he's got a lot of additional edits to do and work, and we want to be reasonable. We want to get the final report. So we've agreed, and he committed that he can get it done so we can have a hearing next Wednesday, which is what we really want, to get to the truth.
So the hearing that you had anticipated tomorrow was on the Inspector General's report, which is not out, so you put it off, so it's put off until it will be done.
Well, exactly. Although it's been done since the middle of August, this is really about DOJ objecting to things that were in the report and asking them to have them redacted, and Michael Horowitz, the IG, doing what he needs to do, which is to push back to get as good a report, as complete a report, and as public a report as possible.
All right. I have a copy of two letters that were sent to you, one on the 5th of September and one on, I think, the 7th of September. And what I thought was most curious about this is that he was laying out what he can't give you. He can't give you, like, grand jury minutes. That makes sense. Documents under seal, which may be like wiretap applications. But one of the things that I thought was interesting, which is what he says is delaying him, is that he's giving the report to the Department of Justice, and they're going to make a determination whether any information in the report falls within the President's assertion of executive privilege, which you have held, the Congress has held Attorney General Holder in contempt, and you're fighting out in court, and now he's making the decision in IG, and it's supposed to be an independent report?
Well, this is exactly the problem. The IG did look at post-February 4th documents, did make a determination that they were appropriate for his report, and now Justice is trying to essentially redact those. But remember, that's the cover-up of a lie to Congress. And they would like to have this just to be about what went wrong in Phoenix, rather than how Senator Grassley received false reports, how Congress was lied to, and how for 10 months one story is being told. Well, the truth was different, and particularly for the Terry family that all along wanted what we hope to get them, which is accountability both of the shooters, but also the people that were involved up the food chain, and then ultimately people at DOJ who had such bad judgment.
It's been almost 2 years. It'll be December 2 years. And I should note that over the last couple of days, one of the men accused of killing, one of the five accused of killing Agent Terry has been arrested. That's good news.
Arrested in Mexico.
Arrested in Mexico. Does that mean you say, you identify that, you think that there will not be justice in Mexico?
No, he'll be extradited. So it'll be a fairly significant period of time and so on. But yes, we're very happy. Brian Terry's family wants to see the shooters held accountable. Ultimately, we're happy for them. The Justice is not holding themselves accountable, and that's where Congress has a further role.
Which brings me back to this Inspector General report. If he's going to, they're going to eliminate grand jury information, certain other information within the report, including what is asserted under executive privilege. How in the world do you think it's going to be any profoundly different than the information you've already accumulated through your hearings? What do you expect to get?
Well, we're trying to be cautiously optimistic. Our experience with IGs is good. They're our partners in rooting out waste, fraud, and abuse in government. So we're going to wait to see the document. But of course,
but the very thing you want, the very thing that you want, that you think is going to give you so much information that Congress has fought so hard for, which is now sitting in the United States District Court, the very thing, he has specifically told you in this letter, you're not going to get it. So what in the world could possibly be new that you think you're going to get?
Well, first of all, he can reach conclusions. So, for example, Greta, he could reach the conclusion that Lanny Brewer or Eric Holder or Jason Weinstein or others knew enough that they should have taken action, knew enough that we'd been lied to, knew enough about the cover-up. He could reach a conclusion without submitting redacted material. So we want to be cautiously optimistic. We want to believe in the IG because our record with the 12,000 men and women, the 73 IGs and their employees, has been good. And if we can't make the IG system work, if you will, the self-enforcement in government, then we can't make government work. So we're cautiously optimistic, but we're going to read the report carefully. And
it's painfully slow. This has been 2 years. Painfully slow for this family.
It is painfully slow. Even the unsealing of the warrants that led to this arrest, undoubtedly, the indictments, was slow in coming. The Terry family, next week I'll be in Arizona. We're dedicating the Border Patrol station that Brian worked out of in his name. Only the second time in history that a Border Patrol station's been named. That took a long time, but it took a lot less time than getting real accountability for the wrongdoing that led to his death.
Mr. Chairman, thank you, sir. Good luck next week.